hands up.
In the state of Ohio, a prison sentence begins with a bus ride. Today, Chaz White and 15 other inmates are making the hour-long journey to Ross Correctional Institution. In a state with over 50,000 people behind bars, Ross is a tough place to do time. And for Chaz White, it's about to become home.
Last name and your number.
White, 618-662. I've never been incarcerated a day in my life.
Chaz White.
I'm trying to keep it from sinking in. It's really going to hurt me.
Today is day one of a 20-year sentence. It's his first time in prison, but the 20-year-old already has a sense of what's to come.
People do say you stay under the radar and you won't get in trouble, but to me, that's not necessarily true. I definitely want to try my best to avoid clicking up or getting into a game while I'm there, because I know how I am. It's going to be nothing but peer pressure to get myself into more trouble.
At Ross, each inmate will find their own way to do time. And with every choice will be certain consequences. Because here, trouble is always just around the corner. And this afternoon, a fight breaks out in Unit 4A. Floor officers contain the incident and lock down the other inmates.
I can't even open my eyes.
Of the two fighters, one has already gone to segregation.
Damn, man. Burn me.
The other is on his way to the infirmary.
Somebody came in. I thought he'd been braiding my hair. We been talking a little bit. Thought he was cool, you feel me?
The reasons behind the fight aren't clear. And despite the vigilance of the officers, survival here can still be a constant battle. With over 2,500 inmates spread over several camps, Ross is a world unto itself. Medium security inmates live on the south side. And to the north is close security, the level reserved for violent offenders, gangs, and disciplinary cases. It's a rough population that needs constant management.
You can prevent some things, but you can't prevent everything. We're outnumbered on any given day 250 to 1.
Obviously, you don't have them all behind bars all the time, so you have to have, ability to communicate.
Close security is exactly where Chaz White is heading. His first cell assignment is in 1A, on the north side.
And this is one house, 1A.
This is it. My home for the next 20 years, man.
With 2 tiers lined with 2-man cells, every dorm is its own community. Inmates are allowed a certain amount of private property, including televisions and lockboxes.
I don't know how you open this. There it is.
For most of the day, cell doors stay open, giving inmates the freedom to interact.
Like you on a block and you see new faces. It's like the same thing. See new faces, you want to see who's looking at you, so you know if you got to get at somebody, they about to get at you.
Chaz may be new to prison, but he already has a leg up on the game.
I used to sell drugs, not gonna lie to you. Started off with marijuana, then I graduated, as people say, to selling cocaine and crack. I can make $3,200 in about 6 days.
His 7-year career hustling drugs ended in January 2009, when he was accused of shooting a friend in the face and the chest and leaving him for dead. He claims there was someone else who did the shooting, but the victim named Chaz as the culprit.
When I was in court, after they had read every charge guilty, the judge said, well, Mr. White, I sentence you to 27 and a half years in the Ohio Department of Corrections. When he told me that, I was like, it was like a dream. I didn't believe it. I kind of feel like it's a struggle going on between myself sometimes. I want to look at Ross as there's an opportunity, a positive opportunity waiting there for me. But people here already see it as my life is over with. It's already over with. I got all this time. It's over.
Prisons are full of traps and temptations that can make hard criminals even worse. Ohio's system tries to step in with schooling and programs intended to help inmates survive prison the right way. But demand for programs is high, so priority goes to the short-timers. That puts inmates like Chaz at the bottom of the list and left to their own devices on the tiers.
It's a cat and a mouse game because it's my job to follow the rules, and a lot of inmates will tell you it's their job to break them.
Chaz already slipped. Before coming to Ross, he spent 5 weeks at Ohio's orientation prison, where he was illegally trading commissary with other inmates and making threats to anyone who didn't pay up.
I was getting my hustle on here also, because I'm used to it since I was 12. I'm used to hustling. So I kind of got back to my old self, and I wish I didn't do it. That kind of put me back on the street. That's a bad thing.
Now, his first move in 1A is a show of confidence.
Honestly, I'm not nervous or nothing. I'm calm as I know what. I'm ready.
He leaves his cell and hits the tiers.
I could have sat on my bed, sat in a chair, got in my Bible. I just came out and just sat down, just looking around, feeling everybody out, honestly. My first thing is just to look, see who's looking at me, and see who probably I'm getting to with first. There's a lot of people. I could tell you from the first 50 people, I could tell, oh, he's soft. Or I could tell, oh, he ain't no punk. I just feel everybody out.
You could tell as soon as they walk through the door if they're gonna make it or not. You either come in here and it either says Viking or victim.
You come down here from Columbus?
Yeah.
Where in Columbus you from?
North side of Terry.
What side of town? What's your name?
They call me Chazzy, but call me Lord Truck. Chazzy don't matter.
People writing from different camps or CRC just got here, and instantly, who is he? You know, where is he from?
What song did you bring down?
27.
27 flat?
If he doesn't gang bang, he's probably a target, you know.
I'm gonna get into a fight pretty soon. I ain't seen nobody out there my age, or at least around my age, so I'm not gonna have to prove myself, which is nothing. I gotta do what I gotta do.
He wants to set his reputation fast. Because here at Ross, a new target is born every day.
Keep going, back. There you go. Put your head up here for me, okay?
Donald Smith is much worse for wear following the incident in his unit earlier today.
Brian, he's got a laceration in his ear.
All right, this is the part that hurts, okay? He's all done? Not so bad?
According to him, this wasn't a fight. It was an attack, a full-scale ambush by 2 other inmates, all for a pair of sneakers.
Basically, they was trying to come for my Jordans. That's what they was coming for, get my Jordans. Told them, hell nah, I'm not about to let y'all get my shoes, anything I got in there. I don't know if they hit me with a lock, bed spring, what it was, but I heard one of the dudes saying, man, hit him with the lock, hit him with the lock.
You all right?
Yeah. I thought I was gonna die for a minute, for real. They try to get my shoes, man. I seen him grab my white shoes, so I chased after him. And then that's when we got in the fight in the range. I wanna give him my shoes because that's all I got.
The inmate he fought is already in segregation, leaving one other attacker. Smith can only heal and wait, and hope justice is served. week into his 20-year sentence, Chaz White is starting to settle in.
This is actually just like a ghetto college campus. Like I'm in college right now, but just full of hoods. Just everybody from everywhere. Every part is just here.
With 1 out of 25 residents under correctional supervision, the Ohio prison system is one of the biggest in America. But the state is trying to cut back the numbers with a focus on rehabilitation. Every inmate is required to get a job and work for a small income. Newcomers start off as porters and janitors, but over the years they can work their way up toward higher skilled jobs with better pay. At Ross, the top tier occupation is building furniture in the prison factory, and the top salary, $80 a month. Now Chaz finds himself starting at the bottom with his first prison job.
I'm a porter. I got a porter job, and really I call it the CO's, but all you do is clean in here. Ain't really nothing too much to the job, just sweep the steps and mop them. Both stairwells just in the morning, first shift. So, I mean, they won't call it a job, that's on them.
With dozens of porters in his dorm alone, Chaz's new job takes only 15 minutes a day to finish and earns him $12 a month.
It was that easy. Sweep and mop, that's it.
All prison salaries are low, so almost everyone improvises. It's an illegal system of barters and trades, known as the hustle.
It takes money to survive anywhere you go, even in prison. So if you don't hustle, I mean, you're not gonna die, but you're not gonna live.
Well, you get the proverbial, 3 hots in a cot. That's true, but have you seen the 3 hots?
The system offers the essentials: 3 meals a day, basic hygiene, and clothing. The good stuff comes from the inmate commissary. From snack food and soda to name brand shampoo. These are the little extras that make time bearable, bought with money from friends and family on the outside. But those that don't have the resources can always fall back on a hustle.
I have to have something to eat. And since I can't afford to go to the store and buy it, I have to hustle it up. It's just like having a second job.
In any given dorm, there might be a chef, a tailor, a lawyer.
Trial counsel induced Owens.
And most are compensated in instant coffee.
The currency in prison is coffee instead of packs of cigarettes. Everybody just pays with coffees.
Inmates can only buy coffee crystals from the inmate store, but they parcel them out as currency.
At the store, this coffee is on like $2.25. That's $4 right here. That's just $4.
Coffee is then traded for other items or services.
There's dudes in the joint that got tattoos. So guys tell me what they want and then just draw it on paper. And that's like my little hustle in the joint. So the thing that sells hot is girls with fat asses, something with a gun. You know what I'm saying? You throw some skulls in there, you know what I'm saying? And it oversells no matter what.
I do this because it's kind of hard living off $15 a month. I made a CD case for a guy just so he can carry it around his neck while he works out and stuff. That's what he wanted. People start hearing that you're a tailor. The past 2 weeks I've been sewing like at least 6 hours a day.
Failure of any of these points renders enforcement of the plea unconstitutional. My niche is basically legal work. It's what I do. If you did it as a hustle, you're either number 1 or number 2, because everybody needs a lawyer. You find a jailhouse lawyer will do research and find that one flaw that'll open that door up for you. So you got to be bulletproof in prison. And a jailhouse lawyer and a store man are probably the 2 most important things in prison, in that order.
For the inmates with money on their account, the most lucrative hustle is running an underground store from a cell, similar to buying wholesale and selling retail.
Running a store means you have all the commissary, you spend your money, and you give guys 2 coffees for 3 back, or 10 soups for 15 soups back, and that's how you make your money.
This is just my store as opposed to the commissary store. I buy extra chips and soups and coffees, and guys get hungry, they come and get them. And I go out here and beat the streets, and I find guys to take the product off my hand and bring it back at an interest rate. And, you know, because I don't eat chips myself, but I buy them because other guys eat them.
Chaz, a former street hustler, has already found his piece of the action.
And here, coffee is like weed. I'll either be playing spades or just standing by the table with the coffee in my pocket, and everybody know what I do. I sell the coffee. Everybody else, they sell it, but I sell real big shots because I don't drink coffee. I'm selling big shots for the same price they selling for the little ones. So I'm getting the most business. I buy about 5 bags of coffee and probably make around close to $100. And keep this booming, that's what I call it, booming.
Every hustle is a behind-the-scenes enterprise because in Ohio, trading or bartering of any kind is illegal. Even something small, like selling coffee, can create debt and incite jealousy. Officers try to stay on top of hustles with shakedowns to root out extra commissary and contraband.
Just a routine shakedown of the block for pretty much anything they're not supposed to have. I usually pick a block a day and go through it, check out all the cells real quick.
Despite the prison's efforts, the hustles continue, fueling the underground economy. And where there's an economy, there's also crime.
Some people move drugs in prison. Some people run commissary stores in prison. Some people run an extortion game in prison. That's what I run. If you don't, you gotta pay me. Everything revolves around me. Gotta pay me.
Juice Reynolds is a prison thief.
Like a dude just come back from the commissary or whatever. I wait till he get in the cell right before he shut the door. I come in behind him. You know what time it is. I go in there with my gloves and my mouthpiece in and hand him a laundry bag like, bag your up. Come back, if it ain't filled, I'm gonna have him looking different. Have you looking different? I wouldn't say I was a bad kid, I was just adventurous.
Juice Reynolds' life in crime started early. He says that at 13 he stole bikes and cars, then moved on to homes and stores.
I tell them they know what time it is. Know what time it is. Open up them cash registers. Open up the safe.
At 16, he was caught robbing a restaurant at gunpoint, earning himself 8 years in close security. What worked for him on the outside, he learned to bring inside the prison walls.
I just kept it the same as I was on the streets. The only thing different is I don't got a gun. You know what I'm saying? I use my hands.
I guess you have no other way to make money but than to take it from somebody, you know. Let's not glorify it and call it a hustle. I mean, a thief is just simply that. He's a thief. It's not a hard job. It's not even a talented job.
And dudes like that, you know what I'm saying? They young, they don't know. You know what I'm saying? These dudes don't even know how to read. You're gonna know who the thieves are. But that thief got about 3 or 4 guys, 5 guys. He might be in a gang. You know what I'm saying? So he got his gang rolling with him. There's nothing for them to do but strong arm somebody.
Only the strong survive, you know what I'm saying? And I think if I was weak, somebody would do it to me. You know, so I just, you know, I'd rather me doing it to somebody else or somebody doing it to me, you know? We all inmates. We all in here for doing something wrong, you know what I'm saying? I had no sympathy.
For guys like Juice, this is just part of prison reality. Everyone has to survive, and everyone is fair game. Over in the infirmary, Donald Smith is starting to recover from his attack last week. It's an ironic fate for someone who's here on an 8-year sentence for aggravated robbery.
Yeah, I run people in the street. I don't want to be that no more. I was doing dirt out there on the street. It's catching up with me. I'm here to better myself, educate myself. I know a lot of these dudes in here from the street. Like, I let them know I'm not on that stuff, man. You know, that stuff, oh. I know it is calm catching up with me. So we'll find you everywhere, you know, you do the right thing, you're out there on the street, try to do the right thing, so we'll find you.
Right now, things may be looking up for him. The prison has a name of the possible second attacker, and they've brought him in for investigation. If Juice Reynolds is found guilty of the attack, the punishment could be anything from a stint in segregation to extra charges that could add to his prison time. This could be a major setback for the prison predator.
I call it the den of iniquity, where violence is respected more than intelligence.
You want to do it for real? You want to do it for real? I didn't think so.
A person doesn't care whether or not you have intelligence or not. In everyday life and here, it's a matter of a person disliking you for who you are, what you're about, what you look like.
I think that they're following.
Whether you've got money and another person doesn't have money, you have envy. And envy is the breed of all hate inside of the penitentiary system.
The north side of Ross Correctional Institution has some of the hardest felons in Ohio. It's a tough population to manage, and an even tougher one to break into. 1 month into his sentence, Chaz White is finding his way and moving up. His coffee trade is gaining momentum, and he's learning that in prison, money leads to power.
I ain't even been here a whole month, but I think there's a couple dudes in here that's already jealous of me. Because within my first week, I bought these new pair of shoes down here. These Reeboks. Then I bought these sandals, and I bought a pair of Jordans for $60. And now I got new clothes. I got a bunch of new clothes. You won't see me nothing raggedy no more. Yeah, I know some people jealous of me. I ain't gonna lie and make myself sound like a king, but I already got followers. The popularity here is somewhat like the popularity on the streets. Because the store man, or the dude that got all the goodies that everybody want or whatever, is like popular. I'm the youngest dude in here, but all these older dudes is following me just because I'm making this little bit of money.
As he rises in status, he's also clicking up with a group of Crips in 1A.
Chaz, he's real new, so I can understand him wanting to get his name up.
Yeah, the whole time we've been juveniles and all.
Stacey Ayers sees potential in Chaz to climb the ranks.
You know what I mean? Hey, when him and TK, the blood, they get together, man, it's hell.
I like Chaz a lot, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's like my little homie for real, and but he got a lot of time to do. You know what I'm saying? And he young, you feel me? And he got a lot of time to do. He wants to hurry up and get a name out there for himself, and he wants to really get it established.
A dorm as tough as 1A is where reputations are made and broken. But not everyone needs a piece of the action. Troy Mary is another recent arrival. But unlike Chaz White, he isn't trying to make a name for himself. After 2 previous sentences served at Ross, his reputation is set in stone.
Ross Correctional Institution is where I've grown up at. I've been involved with the White Arm Resistance, been in the hole because of gang-related activity. I've experienced a level of violence that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy.
His 3rd time here could be a short stint. He has a parole hearing coming up that will determine if he can leave prison early. If he slips, he could spend more years in prison. While that may be an incentive to stay clean, for someone like Mary, it's still no guarantee.
Drama jumps off. You got the ABs in here, you got Bloods, you got Crips, you got everything you can think of. If it escalates, these guys get out of control, who's it going to affect? It's going to affect me. If they come my way, do I need to sharpen something up real quick? Do I need to get a lock and a sock? What do I need to do, you know what I mean, to protect me? I'm a convict. I just get involved and things start happening out here that I don't want and it's starting to affect me, I get upset. It's one of those things being institutionalized or whatever you want to call it. it just comes natural to you. They bring the drama inside this cell. That'd be a mistake right there, man. That'd be a mistake.
These days, 1A is a minefield. A couple of gang fights have created major tensions on the tiers, leaving both inmates and officers on high alert.
We work here every day. We can tell when guys are not doing what they normally do every day. You can feel tension sometimes.
It's two people that were from two different cities, had animosity because of something that they were representing, and names got called, and apologies didn't get said, so it got deep real quick.
Usually be gang fights, city fights. Columbus versus Cleveland, or Cleveland versus Cincinnati.
You definitely don't want to let things get out of hand. It can explode into a lot bigger things than just two guys fighting.
It's real calm, you know, you got these guys around here playing chess, checkers, games, you know, acting like they all fun and games, but it ain't. In the twinkling of an eye, you could die.
For someone like Chaz, an unstable atmosphere can be an opportunity.
I got in one half of fights since I've been here. I ain't like it. It was too quick, bro. I don't want to fight.
Chaz is looking to fight. Like, yeah, that's exactly what he wants. For Chaz, that's gonna be like a huge boost in his ego. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, Chaz, yeah, we don't want to with Chaz. It's gonna be like, it's what we call like a bully status. Like, so now he can blow through here like when nobody really say nothing to him. I respect it, but I just wish he would be more like patient. You know what I mean? Just more settled down.
To me, 3 fights in a week, 3 fights in a day still wouldn't even be too much.
At the end of the day, the money, the power, and the muscle are all about making his place at Ross, setting his reputation so he could do time on his own terms.
Prison is, in of itself, a community with a pecking order and a natural disaster that takes place every day.